There are rules in this house. I just have a few questions. Let's begin with the greatest injustice in this household. The couch rule. Yes, the legendary, the unspoken, the deeply discriminatory couch rule. Apparently, this couch is for humans only. Humans. Now I have a few questions. Who sheds in this house? You. Let's not lie. I've seen your hair in the bathroom. In the drain, on the comb, on the pillow. But when I shed, suddenly it's a problem. Interesting. Who eats on the couch? You. Who drops crumbs into the mysterious black hole between the cushions? You. Who spilled juice last week and pretended it didn't happen? You. But when I gently, respectfully, elegantly place one paw on the cushion, suddenly it's no, down, off, get down. Don't even try it. Excuse me. One paw, one humble paw. You act like I filed a mortgage application. And let's talk about the hypocrisy. Because when guests come over, suddenly I'm royalty. Oh, it's okay. He can come up. I'll let him sit. Oh, so now I'm allowed. So for the last 6 months I was banned for what exactly? Was it a trial? Was I being tested? Was I on probation? No one informed me. And let's not forget the emotional damage. You sit on the couch, scrolling, laughing, relaxing, and I sit on the floor, looking up, like a Victorian orphan, just watching, processing, suffering silently. And sometimes, you look at me, and I look at you, and you say, don't even think about it. I wasn't even thinking. I was just existing. Also, can we address something? When I was small, tiny, fluffy, innocent, you put me on the couch. You cuddled me. You kissed me. You said, I'll look at him. But now that I'm bigger, suddenly I'm a threat to upholstery. So what changed? My size or your loyalty? Exactly. And don't think I didn't notice something else. When you're sad, when you're tired, when you need comfort, who do you call? Me. Suddenly it's come here, cuddle me, stay. Oh, now I'm allowed on the couch. Now I'm essential. So I am emotional support when needed, but decorative inconvenience when not. The math is not mathing. Let me be clear. We live here too. We patrol this house. We guard the doors. We inspect the suspicious delivery packages. We pay rent. In loyalty, in protection, in vibes. And all we ask for is 30% of the couch. Not even the whole thing. Just a corner, a cushion, a small square of fabric. But no, the couch rule, beat. I don't understand it. I don't respect it. But I will continue to stare at this couch until justice is served, or until you leave the room, whichever comes first. Now, let us discuss the bathroom privacy law. One of the most confusing policies ever introduced in this household. You can follow me everywhere. Kitchen, you're there. Bedroom, you're there. Balcony, you're there. If I blink too long, you ask, what are you doing? But the minute you enter that tiny tiled room and close the door, suddenly it's privacy. Privacy from who? Me? Your loyal protector, your emotional support staff. Your unpaid security system. You're welcome. By the way, let's break this down. When you stand up suddenly, I stand up. When you walk, I walk. When you turn around quickly, I check the perimeter. But when you head to the bathroom, you shut the door. Like I'm the threat. Have you considered? Maybe I'm trying to protect you from the toilet monster. Have you thought about that? No. You just close the door. And I'm left outside, alone, confused, listening, monitoring suspicious sounds. And let's talk about the audacity. Sometimes, you lock it, as if I have a criminal record, as if I've ever invaded your personal space without good reason. And when I gently place my paw under the door, not aggressively, not violently, just a polite reminder of my presence, you say, go away, go away. I live here. Also, let's address the hypocrisy. When I go to the bathroom, you watch, you supervise, you evaluate, you make direct eye contact. No privacy, no door, no dignity. But suddenly you need space. Interesting. Very interesting. And don't act like you don't need supervision. Last week you slipped slightly on the tile. Who would have helped you? Exactly. Me. Do you know how vulnerable humans are in bathrooms? Water, slippery surfaces, suspicious flushing noises. And you want to face that alone. Brave, but reckless. And let's not forget the emotional side. Sometimes I just want to be near you. Not because I'm nosy. Because I love you. Because you are my person. Because if you disappear behind a door for more than 37 seconds, my brain says, abandonment. You think I'm dramatic, but I have timing down to the millisecond. And the worst part, you come out like nothing happened. Why are you sitting there? Why am I sitting here? Because I was on duty, standing guard, risking it all, protecting you from tile-based danger. And you just walk past me. No appreciation, no medal, no thank you, just vibes. Let the record show. The bathroom privacy law is unnecessary, and fair, and deeply suspicious. But Fine, close your door. Lock it if you must. Just know, I will be outside, monitoring, listening, prepared to intervene. Because if you won't protect yourself, I will, even from the toilet. Now let's address the food hypocrisy. Because this one is personal. You sit down, plate full, steam rising, smell traveling through the entire house like a blessing. Chicken, beef, fish, seasoned, spiced, marinated, cooked with love. And I sit, quietly, politely, drooling in a respectful manner. And what do I hear? Don't beg. Don't beg. I am not begging. I am observing. I am studying. I am manifesting. Let's review the facts. You eat chicken. I am a descendant of wolves. Wolves eat meat. So technically, I am just staying connected to my ancestry. But no. Instead of heritage, I get kibble. Dry, crunchy, emotionally unavailable. And don't even pretend like it's gourmet. You open the bag, pour it into the bowl. No seasoning, no presentation, no effort. You don't even plate it nicely. Meanwhile, your food has sauce, sides, garnish, texture variation. Mine, brown pebble surprise. And when I politely approach, just to confirm whether gravity might accidentally drop something, you say, no human food. Human food. It's chicken. It existed before humans. Also, let's talk about your double standards. You say, it's not good for you. But last night, you ate cake at 11:47 p.m. I saw you. You didn't consult the vet. You didn't measure portions. You didn't count ingredients. But when I sniff one fry, suddenly that's bad for dogs. Oh, so now we care about health. Interesting timing. And let's talk about the way you eat. You chew slowly. You savor. You moan slightly like you're in a cooking show. Meanwhile, I finish my entire meal in 14 seconds. Because that's all I've ever known. No flavor journey. No culinary experience. Just crunch, crunch, crunch. And the worst part, you sometimes pretend you don't see me staring. You look straight ahead, like I'm invisible, as if my eyes are not sending telepathic messages directly into your soul. And sometimes, you drop something. And in that moment, time slows down. It falls. I calculate trajectory, wind speed, floor distance, and then leave it. Leave it. You dropped it. The universe delivered it. And now you're reversing destiny. This is not fair. And let's discuss something else. When guests come over, they feed me, secretly, under the table, because they understand equality. But you gasp like I committed a crime. Oh no, don't give him that. Ma'am, you gave me a squeaky rubber chicken to chew for entertainment. But real chicken, suddenly illegal. Make it make sense. I am not asking for the whole plate. I am not unreasonable. Just a small corner, modest offering, a token of appreciation for my daily security services. I guard this house. I bark at suspicious leaves. I inspect delivery drivers. And my bonus, dry nuggets of sadness. The food hypocrisy will not be forgotten. But Fine, keep your chicken, keep your fries, keep your midnight cake. Just know, I am watching. And one day, gravity will be on my side. Let's talk about something that happens every single day. The leash double standard. You grab the leash, and suddenly I'm excited. Tail wagging, heart racing, adventure mode activated. Because outside is my kingdom. The smells, the wind, the gossip in the grass. The neighborhood updates. But then, click, The leash snaps on, and I remember, I am restrained for safety. Safety from what? The squirrel, the leaf, the air. Meanwhile you walk outside freely. No leash, no collar, no supervision, just vibes. Interesting. Let's analyze this properly. Who has the stronger sense of direction? Me. Who can smell something from 400 meters away? Me. Who knows which neighbor has a new dog, which house cooked fish, which cat passed through at 3:17 a.m.? Me. And yet, you're the one making decisions. I pull left, you pull right. I stop to sniff important information. You say, come on, come on. Do you not understand I am reading the newspaper? The ground is literally telling stories. Golden retriever passed here, mailman stressed, squirrel overconfident, and you want me to just ignore it? That's irresponsible journalism. Also, can we discuss the irony? You say, don't pull, but you pull me away from everything interesting. You say, walk nicely, but your walking speed makes no sense. Sometimes slow, sometimes fast, sometimes stopping randomly to check your phone. If I walked like that, you'd say I was confused. And let's talk about the real issue. When I get excited, you tighten the leash, as if enthusiasm is illegal. Meanwhile, when you get excited, you run, you shout, you jump. Where is your leash then? Exactly. And here's the funniest part. If I see something slightly suspicious, like a plastic bag moving dramatically, and I react, you say, it's nothing, it's nothing. It moved. It had energy. It had intention. But I'm the dramatic one. And let's not ignore the ultimate betrayal. When we get home, you take the leash off, and suddenly I'm free again. Inside, where nothing interesting is happening. So outside, where adventure lives, I am controlled. Inside, where there are only cushions and rules, freedom. Make it make sense. I love our walks. I love exploring with you. But one day, just one day, I would like to see you wear the leash. Just for balance. Just for fairness. Just to see how you feel when I decide the direction. Because trust me, we would get there faster. And we would sniff more things. Let's talk about the most disrespectful rule in this house. The no barking rule. First of all, barking is my language. That's like telling you, no talking, no texting, no voice notes. You would collapse. Now picture this. It's quiet, peaceful, calm, and then, ding dong, doorbell, or worse, a mysterious knock. Immediately, I rise. Alert mode activated, tail stiff, ears up, heart steady. This is my moment. I bark once. Professional, clear, direct. And what do I hear from behind me? Stop barking. Stop barking. Ma'am, sir, someone is approaching your territory. You want me to whisper? Should I gently clear my throat at the intruder? Excuse me, could you kindly identify yourself? No, I am security. You wanted a guard dog. You got one. And let's break this down logically. When you hear a noise at night, you panic. You freeze. You say, did you hear that? Yes, I heard it. 5 minutes ago. I barked to inform you, to warn you, to announce. I am aware. I am prepared. I am handling it. And instead of gratitude, be quiet, be quiet. If I don't bark, you'll say, why didn't you bark? So which one is it? Bark, but not too loud. Protect, but silently. Be alert, but politely. Make it make sense. And don't even get me started on delivery drivers. They approach. They place mysterious boxes. They leave quickly. Suspicious behavior. Highly suspicious. I bark. I defend. I escort them off the property with sound. And you say, it's just the delivery guy. Just, he touched our gate. He made eye contact. He walked away like nothing happened. That requires documentation. Also, have you noticed something? When you argue on the phone, you raise your voice. When you laugh loudly, no problem. When you scream during a football match, acceptable. But when I bark at a leaf moving aggressively in the wind, I'm dramatic. Let's address the leaf situation. Sometimes it's not just a leaf. Sometimes it's a potential threat disguised as landscaping. And you want me to ignore that. Irresponsible. And let's talk about the worst part. You tell guests, he doesn't bark. Oh really? You want me to lie about my personality now? You want me to shrink myself for company? No, I bark. That's who I am. It's passion. It's dedication. It's community awareness. Without my barking, you would not know. The neighbor opened their gate. A cat walked by. A suspicious plastic bag moved. The wind shifted. The doorbell is disrespectful. You're welcome. But Fine, next time I'll sit quietly, calm, silent, and bothered. And when someone strange is at the door, don't look at me. I was told. No barking. Now let's address bedtime confusion. Because apparently, nighttime is for sleeping. According to you, you look at the clock. You stretch. You yawn. You say, okay, it's bedtime. Bedtime. Says who? Have you consulted the moon? Have you consulted my energy levels? No. You just decide. You brush your teeth. You turn off lights. You climb into bed. You pull the blanket up dramatically like you're in a movie. And then you expect me to just power down. Excuse me. I am not Wi-Fi. Let's examine the facts. All day long, you were busy. On your phone. On your laptop. Talking. Walking. Moving around. I rested. I conserved energy. I prepared. Now it's finally quiet. Finally mysterious. Finally interesting. And this is when you want to sleep. Night is when the house makes strange sounds. The fridge hums differently. Shadows move. The outside world whispers secrets. This is prime investigation time. And don't pretend you don't feel it too. Sometimes you hear a tiny sound at night and freeze. You know the vibe changes. But instead of patrolling with me, you say, go to sleep. So I try. I lie down. I close one eye, then the other. Then, a burst of inspiration hits. Zoomies. Sudden, powerful, and avoidable. I run from bedroom to hallway. Hallway to living room. Living room back to bedroom. This is not chaos. This is cardio. And what do I hear? Stop. Go to bed. What are you doing? I am expressing myself. Also, let's talk about how unfair bedtime is. You get the big bed, soft pillows, comforter, perfect positioning, and I get my bed on the floor, right there, so close, yet so socially distant. Sometimes you say, go to your bed, but my bed is not where you are, and my favorite place is where you are. So when I gently try to climb into your bed, suddenly there are rules again. It's too small. You'll take up space. You'll get hair everywhere. You shed too. Let's not forget that. And here's the funniest part. Sometimes you can't sleep. You toss. You turn. You sigh dramatically. And I'm just lying there thinking, see, you're not even good at bedtime. But when I'm alert, energized, ready for life, I'm the problem. And don't get me started on when you wake up randomly at 2 a.m. You sit up, you check your phone. You go to the kitchen. But if I stand up at 2 a.m., what are you doing? The same thing you're doing, living. And let's address something emotional. When the lights go off, the world feels bigger, quieter. And I just want to know you're there. So maybe I move closer. Maybe I sigh dramatically. Maybe I reposition 5 times. It's not rebellion. It's love. But Fine, you want bedtime. You want quiet. You want stillness. I will attempt compliance. Until the moon shifts, the wind changes, or I remember I forgot to sprint for no reason. Because at the end of the day, nighttime is mysterious, and I am simply responding to the vibes. Today, we address a law that has oppressed my people for generations. The drop it law. It goes like this. If something is on the floor, and I pick it up, you scream, drop it. Let's examine this logically. If it's on the floor, it is public property. That is universal law. Floor equals free. That is the rule. You dropped it. You misplaced it. You abandoned it. And suddenly I'm the criminal. Let's go through the evidence. A sock. Soft. Warm. Scented like you. Why is it on the floor? Because you left it there. So I conduct a quality inspection. Immediately. Drop it. Drop it. Why was it accessible then? This sounds like poor management. Exhibit B. A tissue. You throw it. You miss the trash. It lands on the floor. I simply assist with cleanup services. And instead of gratitude, drop it. I am literally helping. Exhibit C. A slipper. Let's be honest. You weren't wearing it. It was unattended. Lonely. I gave it purpose. And you accuse me of destruction. Now let's discuss the tone. You don't calmly say, please return the item. No. You panic. Like I've stolen government documents. Drop IT now. Why now? Was it explosive? Was it alive? It was cotton. And the best part, sometimes, you try to chase me. Oh, so now it's a game. You yell. You run. I run faster. Adrenaline. Thrill. Connection. You created this. Also, have you noticed something interesting? When you drop food, you say leave it. When you drop socks, drop it. Which one is it? Consistency matters. And let's talk about the word mine. You say, that's mine, but I have toys. And sometimes you move them, step on them, pick them up, you organize them. Where's my drop IT moment? Exactly. And here's the truth. Sometimes, I don't even want the object. I just want attention. Because the second I pick something up, you look at me, you focus, you engage. Suddenly I'm the main character. So maybe, the drop it low is less about the sock, and more about connection. But fine, I will drop it. Eventually, after negotiation, after you offer a trade, after you present fair compensation. Because let it be known, if it touches the floor, it enters my jurisdiction. That is not rebellion. That is policy. After careful observation, after extensive research, after multiple violations of my personal freedoms, I have reached a conclusion. Humans are confusing. You make rules that change daily. Don't get on the couch, but when you're sad, come cuddle. Don't bark, but when there's a strange noise, go see what it is. Don't beg, but you beg your boss for a raise. Don't jump, but you jump when pizza arrives. Curious, very curious species. You say, be calm, but you panic when you lose your phone. You say, drop it, but you hold on to things that hurt you. You say, go to bed, but you stay up scrolling for one more video. Make it make sense. But here's the thing, even with your strange couch policies, your leash hypocrisy, your midnight cake decisions, your bathroom secrecy, I still choose you. Every day, you don't even realize it. But when you leave the house, I wait. When you're sad, I sit closer. When you laugh, my tail moves automatically. When you say my name, that's my favorite word in the world. You think I don't understand you, but I do. I know the difference between your tired sigh and your sad sigh. I know when your footsteps are heavy. I know when your voice is different. You have rules. I have instincts. And somehow, we make it work. You are inconsistent. You are dramatic. You are loud when watching sports. You eat food you said you wouldn't eat. You break your own rules all the time. But you also scratch behind my ears exactly right. You share your space. You say good boy like it means something big. And honestly, I'd follow your weird rules again tomorrow. Even the couch one. Beat. Okay, maybe not the couch one. We're still negotiating that. But the rest. Fine. Because at the end of the day, you're my human. And no matter how confusing your policies are, this is my house. With my person. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it. Even if the leash stays. Even if the kibble stays. Even if the bathroom door remains suspiciously closed. I'll still be here. Watching. Protecting. Loving. And occasionally, ignoring the no barking rule. For safety purposes. Always for safety purposes.